The first story is cross-posted on our subreddit, r/Reddit on Wiki, by Mission _ ad _ 4573. Am I the asshole for expecting my 18-year-old to come on our family vacation?
Expecting. I don't know. 18-year-olds, they got a mind of their own.
Yeah, they're in the I'm trying to do my own thing phase of their life.
That's true. Let's go back to John's 18-year-old self.
Oh, you don't want that? I was such a dick.
We need to have John on Sangria with Sienna to talk about his early years.
Oh, you don't.
It's a
feel like I'm
mystery.
cancelable back then.
Yeah, but I mean, but you've redeemed yourself. Everyone loves a comeback story.
Yeah,
they've seen that Parks and Rec outtake.
True. Yeah.
True.
You've changed to become a better person, John. I think we all have.
Arguably. That's sure.
Well, I'll say it.
Thank you. But, I don't know.
But what do you guys think about the story?
I'm going to go nobody sucks here. It's a
Yeah,
cop
it's
out.
just a miscommunication. You want your full family there for a family vacation, which is fine and understandable. But they're 18. They're gonna want to do their own thing. They're in the I'm going to college. I'm making my own friends type of.
I'm an adult type of shit.
vibe. I'm my own person.
Finally free out the house, free off of your rules type of shit. So that's the vibe. But yeah, nobody sucks is my guess on this.
Fun fact: I was like 24 with a curfew still. Life is sick.
Don't lie, you still have a curfew.
I mean, yeah, I don't think I think my parents took my curfew away when I finally moved. I mean, of course, they can't give me a curfew when I move out. But
Imagine.
whenever I moved back, everything was much more lax. Because I lived away from home for 2 or 3 years. Then I came back and they were like, yeah, you're an adult. You've paid rent. You know what it's like. And I'm like, yeah.
Man.
I hate to tell you, parents, I was an adult at probably 20 also. I probably could have done without the curfew. But that's fine.
There'll be times when I was 16, 17. I didn't even go home sometimes.
Oh, God.
We lived very different lives.
I did as well,
Very.
but I didn't drink, so I was...
Yeah, I'd be waking up at
sober.
someone else's house. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck am
I was the designated driver in high school, so that's...
Designated
we lived very
drinker
different lives.
was me.
We definitely lived very different lives.
Yeah.
All three of us.
Yeah.
Sorry,
All right,
Mom.
well-
Love you.
Yeah, she listens, so...
Yeah, she does.
Shout out Tita.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm so proud. I'm
The
so
lessons. Oh.
Yes.
All right, let's hop into this story. So, every year I take my kids, 18 male, 17 male, 15 female, to the beach for the 4th of July for a camping trip. We have done this every year, starting when my 18-year-old was 8 months old. I loved it so much that when their mother and I divorced, I made sure I got the 4th of July holiday every year in the custody agreement so I could continue the tradition just because I love beach camping so much. Last week, my stepson, 13, was talking about the upcoming camping trip, and my 18-year-old said he would not be going. I told him he absolutely must go. It's tradition, and it's court-ordered custody agreement.
Oh.
He told me that he...
But past 18, right? That doesn't matter anymore?
I mean, that...
Correct me if I'm wrong, Rebecca. You're a lawyer, so you should correct us.
I think legally when you're an adult, you're no longer under
you're no
child
longer.
custody.
Yes.
Yeah, so a little hole in that thought. He told me he's 18 and will have graduated from high school by then, so he does not care about the custody agreement, and then said that it expired for him when he turned 18 a few months ago. Well, it doesn't say anything in the agreement about it expiring, so I think maybe his mom told him that when he turned 18 a few months ago. I told him the agreement is court-ordered and he needs to be with me for the trip, just like every year. He said no, and that he was going to take a graduation trip with his friends to Disneyland. Not sponsored. I told him that he's not allowed
Disney.
Yeah.
Unless they want to pay us, then we love it.
Then we're unsure.
We're cool. I'm going to be spending my money this December when you're
Yeah.
parks.
Yeah, we'll go to Dallas Disneyland or whatever.
Are we getting? Is that happening?
Is
that a thing?
No, that was a rumor. Universal.
Oh, it's a
they're
I
getting
think a
one.
Universal.
Oh.
They're playing.
Yeah.
It. Universal Studios. They're playing.
Also not sponsored, so
Also, yeah. Fuck Universal too. Actually,
unless
unless we can be swayed.
we absolutely can be. So I told him he's not allowed to go to Disneyland with his friends because this is my court-ordered time with him.
Man.
He said he would not be coming to see me anymore after he graduates, and that he's only coming for now for his brother and sister, and that I can't make him go. I told him if he doesn't come on the trip, I will take his mother to court for contempt against the custody agreement.
You're going to lose that battle, brother.
He called me an abusive asshole who doesn't understand how the age of majority works. He said I could post this here because the internet would agree with him. So internet, am I the asshole?
We might take the L on this one, John.
No, actually, it's okay.
No,
I think I'm not going to call him an asshole. I'm going to call him
There you
ignorant.
go.
No, I'm not going to call him an asshole. I'm calling him ignorant.
I think he's an asshole if he's threatening to take the mother.
Yeah, I'm
to
gonna
court.
go. I'm gonna go asshole. Because here, look at this thing. Like, if you're, I get it. You want your court appointed time, but like, maybe it's because I don't have a child yet. But also, just if I'm anywhere, I don't want to be hanging out with someone that very obviously does not want to be hanging out with me. You know what I mean? It's
True.
different when it's your kid, I'm sure, especially when you've raised him. You've been doing this since he was 8 months old. But like, yeah, if like I wanted to hang out with my nephew and he was just like, nah, actually I want to hang out with my friends, I'll be like, yeah, of course. I'm not going to make you stay home and hang out with your fucking old uncle when you have friends your age that you'd rather hang out with. Yeah, why would I, just me want to hang out with anybody that is very obviously forced to be there? It sounds like a bad vibe. And I think I agree with Josh. I think you're an asshole for like bringing the law into this, even though you're wrong, and trying to sue your ex-wife or mother of the children or whatever. It's just bad news. And you're threatening the kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're forcing him to not, you only graduate high school once, and you can only, maybe his friends are going away for college, this is their last hurrah, and you're going to try and block that so you could beach camp whenever, man.
Yeah.
Whenever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's that's where I think he's the asshole with the mother thing. Like threatening the mom for custody is like, that's an asshole move. Like, I don't think he's an asshole because I think this is where John's going to go. I don't think he's an asshole
That's
for
where I'm
wanting
going to
to
go. I'm waiting for you guys to finish that, and then I'll do my part.
I don't think he's an asshole for wanting to spend time with his kids. That's not where I think he's the asshole. And I think he is dumb, like you said there, John, just for, or ignorant, whatever you said, for not understanding that 18, you're a legal adult. But I think after that, trying to force him and then threatening the mom is where he becomes the asshole. But I will let you say your piece if you want to go ahead.
That was my hesitance of calling him a full asshole, because first and foremost, he's ignorant about it. If he had known the rules that like whatever the statute of thing is after 18, it's consider him an adult. Then I think if he had understood that fact from the get-go, I think he'd have no say afterwards. Because then he can't go and say, hey, I'm going to sue the fuck, or I'm going to take your mom to court, because then he's going to understand the law. And at the end of the day, to me, like, it's hard for me to fully call him an asshole. He's an idiotic person. Like, I'll give him that. But I think the big deal for me is he just wants to spend time with his kids. And yes, it does sound forced. And yes, it does sound like, the kid wants to do their own thing. But to me, he just wants to get his family together. It's a tradition that they've been doing for quite some time. It's a good way for the siblings to bond with each other for something that they've done since, you said, 18 months was when they first started doing that?
18
So, of course,
years.
it's like a hard pill to swallow for a father to say, like, no one wants to spend time with me anymore. So I think that's where I'm coming from with that.
Let me change the scenario a little bit. What if the tradition was going to like Christmas mass at church, and the friend is like, no, the 18-year-old is like, no, I want to spend Christmas like with my girlfriend's family.
He's like, who is Jesus?
Yeah, he's like, who is
later,
Jesus? You know what I mean? Does that change your thing? He's like, no, this is our tradition. We go to Christmas mass every Christmas. We've been doing it since you're 8 months years old. Like, if you don't go, I'm gonna sue your mom. Would we not all be like, fuck you for making him go to church? Like, it would be the same we'd be going ham.
But there's no connotation between like a forced religion and just going to the beach.
And a forced beach camping trip.
Religion.
It's forced. Yeah. It's forced.
I don't know. It's hard for me. Don't get me wrong. I think he's an idiot, but it's hard for me just to call him an asshole for this matter.
That's fair. I mean, you don't have to. I think we're explaining, and again, not the asshole for wanting to hang out with kids, but asshole for trying to force. And then the threat against the mom is probably the most egregious thing, because it's like, if you don't understand the law, don't just immediately go to be like, I'm threatening a lawsuit. Which,
yeah, you went
as Sean
to
said,
an immediate
you're gonna lose.
hostile energy, and like if I was this kid and I didn't want to go to that beach trip before, you bet your ass I definitely don't want to go now. Like, are you crazy?
That's
like,
true.
hey, no, actually you're forced, and if you don't go, I'm suing your mom. Yeah, how's that? You're gonna
I
enjoy
wanna
it,
go
huh?
now.
You're
I
gonna
wanna
love
go.
this camping trip. Yeah, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Mandatory
You're
fun
crazy.
is the best. You know?
Yeah. A couple comments here I wanted to read from Julie1412 said, what does he think a custody agreement is, if not for children only? Does he think his son will still have to come when he's 40?
Yeah.
And then Emir's commented, now, son, I know that your wife is giving birth as we speak, but it's 4th of July and you must be at my camping trip.
He's dumb
So I
as
thought-
fuck. He's stupid as shit.
Yeah, he definitely is not the brightest bulb
No.
in the shed, but
Little stupid beach.
God damn it.
perfect.
You
We're
missed
back.
that, Sean.
I did miss it.
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power. For the 5th time, it's your boy Sean.